Hi, Mike from RunPhys.com. Thank you for watching this week's video. And please consider subscribing to the blog if you haven't already, so that way you don't miss any of these videos that come out. It can be very helpful for you in running more efficiently, running faster, as well as cutting down on any pains that you have with running. Today I want to talk to you about your low back. Specifically, things that you can do if your low back is stiff or gives you pain when you run. So I'm going to show you two stretches as well as two strengthening exercises to help take pressure off of your low back. Now, quite often when our low back is giving us trouble, it's an issue of imbalance or tightness around our hips as well. So a lot of our exercises today are going to focus on that as far as the dynamic of the hips and the low back. So the first stretch that I'd like you to do, it's a little bit complicated to set up, but what you'll do is find a stool or a chair, place it near a wall. You're going to prop your foot up on that stool or chair so your knee is off to the side. Once you're in position there, you're going to put your hands on your hips and gently drop your hips down and corkscrew them toward the wall a little bit. And then place your opposite hand against the wall. And in that position, the movement you're going to do is you're going to sink your hips down and back a little bit as the hand nearest the wall goes overhead. And you're going to do that 20 to 30 times, and you should feel a thorough stretch on the side of your low back and your hip that's nearest the wall. There's other modifications of that you can do on the floor as well as using a table or a bed. But if you can do it against the wall, that's going to be very, very thorough for your low back. The second stretch you're going to do is a simple hip flexor stretch. So you get down into a kneeling position. We often call this the marriage proposal stretch. Very appropriate for Valentine's week. Get down onto one knee. Tilt your pelvis slightly and raise your hands overhead. And in that position, you're going to gently rock your hips forward, feeling a stretch on the front of your hip, and the hip that is kneeling on the ground. You may feel a little bit of a tug on your low back, and that's okay, as long as it's not sharp pain or anything alarming. You're also going to gently rock forward and backward 20 to 30 times in that position. The third exercise you're going to do is a strengthening exercise. You're going to get down on your back, bending your knees up, and what you'll do is start by tilting your pelvis to tighten up your abdominals and bridge your hips up into the air. You want to get your hips nearly even with your knees. Holding that position, you're going to simply kick out one foot, keeping your pelvis and your hips as level as possible. So you're going to kick that foot out and back down, and then alternate and do the other side. You're going to go back and forth 15 times. Again, focusing on keeping a level hips and level pelvis. If as you do that you find that your low back feels like it's tight or overworking, then stop, drop back down, and recalibrate by doing a pelvic tilt to tighten up your abdominals. And really focus on engaging your glutes to keep yourself stable. The more you can use your glutes, the less stress goes onto your low back when you're running. The last exercise you're going to do, you're going to stand up, you're going to balance on one leg, and holding an object of small to moderate weight straight overhead with your hands. In that position, you're going to do a modified deadlift by bending forward with your upper body, keeping your hands extended out, and trying to get yourself as close to parallel to the ground as you can. Going to go forward and back up, again keeping your hands extended, and you're going to do that 15 times. If that's difficult to do with weight, then do it with just your hands without holding any weight. But if you feel comfortable doing it with 5 to 10 pounds, that's going to really help strengthen up a lot of those muscles that should be supporting your back. So those are 4 ways that you can help decrease stiffness in your back as well as strengthen the appropriate muscles to decrease the stress that can go onto your low back when you're running. So give those a try. Do them as part of your warm-up briefly, but also make sure to do several sets throughout the week to ensure that your muscles are indeed gaining strength. So give those a try. Have fun with them. Let me know how they go. Run fast, friends.